Toastmasters, guests and friends. Let me welcome you all today on this very first and very special meeting as our club has a new status. We are official since December 1st. To achieve this status, we spent 1 year, and let me introduce you our heroes, our leadership team. Tom Bartkovsky, who is the president of the club, he has been running the meetings for over 9 years, but he is in the United States and he'll be back on summer. Our treasurer, Greg Healer, Vice President of Education, Vice President of Public Relations, Aliya Shahina, she'll be here in 5 minutes. Vice President of Membership, Oля, she is on vacation somewhere in Korea. And Ilyas Batyrov, who was an unofficial officer of our leadership team and recently been honored to become a Sergeant of Arms. And me, also assistant to leadership team. I would like to call meeting to order. Let us introduce ourselves, saying your name, what are you doing for life, and why are you here today? Let's start from Ilyas.
Okay, I'm an official member of Toastmasters Club. My name is Ilyas, and I'm here to learn something new.
Good evening, everybody. My name is Exot Hakimov. I'm here to develop my public speaking skills.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Yadakar, and I'm an English tutor actually. So, I'm here also because I enjoy Toastmasters a lot. Hello, my name is Liza. I'm here to improve my English.
Hello everybody, my name is Jillian and I enjoy Toastmasters first time and the second time here because of I'm a table Toastmaster.
Good evening everyone, my name is Anastasia and I'm from Aston. I'm here only for once. I'm just wondering what it is and I'm here to discover what this Toastmaster is and probably I'll go in Astana.
Hi everyone, my name is Andrei. I'm here just to look at people and look at also. So have a nice evening.
Hello everyone, my name is Aliya. I'm here to develop my speaking skills and to open something new in my life.
Hi, my name is Dana. I'm here to learn what is Toastmasters about, and I'm here by invitation of my friend.
Hi everyone, my name is Greg. Just generally I'm here just to improve myself, but today specifically I'm here to give a speech.
Hi everyone, I'm Dina. I work at Radio Free Europe, Radio Liberty as a journalist. And I'm here to evaluate a speaker's speech.
Hello, I'm Katia. I'm here to enrich my vocal variety, just to improve it better.
Hello, my name is Renata. I'm the FFO member, and I must be here, and I'm here. Hello, everyone. This is my first time here. I never heard about Toastmasters, and I'm here because of my friend, Guna. She invited me today, and because of Greg, he will say speech. So that's why.
Hello, I'm Joanne. I'm a full member
of Toastmasters, and I'm going to steal somebody's answer and say I'm here to learn something new too.
My name is Lee. I'm a member. I'm just maybe temporary member. Actually, I have retirement. I'm here because I live nearby here. Why not have to visit such beautiful place with such beautiful members?
Hello everyone, I am Evgen. I am very glad to be greeted to you and come to this.
Hello, my name is Sergey, and I'm here to meet new people and broaden my yeah, outlook, exactly.
Hello, my name is Ruslan. I used to come here in the past, and I think that I will do it in the future.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Rustem. I came here to improve my English speaking and improve myself.
Every meeting of every Toastmasters club all over the world has the same structure, where we have people assigned to different roles on the previous meeting. Right now, I would like ask everybody who has a role explain their duties. Let's start from counter, who will be today Ilyas.
Thank you. Hello, my name is Ilyas. Today I will be our counter. Our counter is meaning I will count like sounds, pause fillers, like sounds like and some words which you repeat unconsciously, like you know, so on, and you know, and you know, so on. That's it. And at the end of the meeting, I will give a short report. Thank you.
The next role is timer. Lezat, please explain your role.
Hello again, my name is Lezat. Today I am timer, so I will try to manage time for each speaker and for everyone. And I would like to explain some signs. For example, green, it means you have enough time. So yellow, it means most of your time passed, and red, you should stop. So it's very simple.
The next very important role is grammarian. Today we have a very good grammarian with a strong background, with being grammarian for at least 2 years. Yadgar
Thank you. I really appreciate this role, though I can't say it's my favorite one. Well, dear fellow Toastmasters and guests and newcomers, I'm a grammarian, and my main role consists of 2 parts. The first part is to present you the words of the day. Please look at the words. Today's words of the day is advantages. And this word means something which brings you advantage or something which gives you some profit. So your task is to try to use these words in every your speech, incorporate it to your prepared speeches, yes? For those who are speakers today, of course. And I'll be counting how many times this word was used today. But of course you can use other variations of this word. And I'll give you one example of this word, how to use it. Attending Toastmasters is not only beneficial, but a great advantageous hobby. It's what I think. And second part of my role is to listen to all your speeches very attentively, try to follow your mistakes, and give a report on that at the end of the meeting. Thank you.
Our meeting divided for 2 parts. The first part is prepared speeches. Today we have 3 prepared speeches, but now I don't see our speaker. Probably she will come a little bit later, but we started already without her. So we have 2 prepared speeches who are present. At the moment is Greg Heaver and Bigzot Hakimov. And for each prepared speech we have evaluators. For Greg it will be Ekaterina, and for Bigzot it will be Aryasha.
I actually want to
evaluate Greg.
I didn't want to.
Okay. No, last time we were before it's
So
Fine.
it's up to you.
American, Australian, German.
So let's start. The first will be Greg Heber with icebreaking speech. Would you like to say something to Greg?
Okay, well.
good luck.
We have been expecting this speech for the past 2 years. I'm sorry.
That's great.
I personally have been expecting it, so I look forward to it.
Same to you.
Right? And I guess this is an icebreaker project where we get to know the speaker, where Greg would hopefully share something that will help us get to know him better. And I wish him all the best. And this is a challenge. Thank you, Bixod or Milana or Kaisa, whoever assigned this role to me. I was looking just forward to just enjoy the speech, but now I have a job. So, all the best.
There is only one thing which I dislike more than public speaking, and that is my fear of heights. I'm acrophobic. And just like when 2 years ago I decided to come to Toastmasters to try and overcome my fear of public speaking, 20 years ago I decided to confront my fear of heights, and confront I did. It was a confrontation like none other. I'd just like to today take you back to that time so you can share just a little bit of what I went through on that adventure. It was 1993 in Melbourne, Australia, and 3 of my friends had decided to go skydiving. And the 4th friend, that would be me. With the peer pressure aspect wielding me, I also agreed. But this was no ordinary skydiving. This was not the touristic version where you just get strapped onto the instructor. This was the real McCoy, as we say in Australia. This was the pack your own parachute. This was the unassisted, solo, from 3,000 metres. This was commando style. The weekend arrived, and we began our intensive and rigorous training. Fast forward to Sunday afternoon, 4 p.m. That was the time, the day of reckoning, the time of reckoning for me. For everyone, but I think mostly me. We all squashed into the small plane. There was only room for 6, 4 jumpers, the pilot, and the instructor. I was sitting by the door. I was the heaviest, so I was the lucky one that got to jump first. Under the roar of the engine, as the plane gained altitude, we could hear the pilot screaming out the altitude as we rose. 1,000, 1,500, 2,000, and it was about this time that I slipped into a hypnotic trance, only to be awoken with the instructor's elbow in my ribs. Greg, it's your turn. Out you go. This is, I think, where the training took over, and I just went into a robotic fashion. That's the only thing that made me do it. I can just imagine. I put my right foot out on the wheel, the left foot followed. Then the hands went up on the wing strut. That's the support of the wing. Shimmy the hands right as far as you could reach. And then you just push off with your feet while keeping your hands secure. And there I was, just hanging off the wing, floating in the wind. With my eyes fast shut, of course, and my knuckles red from just holding on with sheer terror. After what seemed like an eternity just hanging there, I felt a presence, and then a wet sensation on my cheek. And startled, I opened my eyes, and there was the instructor, who'd got sick and tired of waiting for me to drop. He climbed out on the wing and was leaning over. God damn it, he just kissed me on the cheek. His words, "Goodbye, Greg, good luck, you can do it," were the last that I heard. As the weight of my body, I couldn't hang on any longer, and I just let go, and I dropped. My descension to the earth wasn't pretty. My landing, even worse, right on my butt. However, I survived, obviously. But I didn't pass the test, I didn't pass the course. I wasn't invited back to the Monday school. And I never jumped again. What I learned from that weekend was that, well, if you have a goal, and if you have something that you strive for, especially if it's something that's very difficult for you, something that takes you out of your comfort zone, then you cannot expect it to be easy. You cannot expect to do it without a lot of hard work and effort, and a lot of dedication and commitment, and above all, perseverance. All of those things I didn't have for my skydive. But upon that realization, I came to Toastmasters 2 years ago. And upon that realization, I continued to come back to Toastmasters every 2 weeks, more or less, to overcome my fear, to become more confident in my speaking, and to overcome my fear of public speaking.
For the second speech, I would like to invite Gizot. This is not ice-breaking speech. This is a speech called Basic Motivating Force. We have a tradition in our club to shake hands for every speaker who is coming, and when he is leaving.
And clap.
Okay, before starting, I would like to ask one question, and I predict that 99.99% people will say yes. So the question is, do you want to be happy? Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes, sure. So today I would like to talk about happiness and how I understand it. I made research, I searched the internet and found out a lot of interesting facts, surveys and stories. So according to some sources from the internet, whatever we do, in this way or another way, are motivated by us to be happy. We do something in order to get something, and we usually want something more. For example, I have HTC Mozart version, now we have Galaxy 3 or iPhone, I want that one. I have the iPhone XE, for example, but I want better one. This is, I think, normal thing for many people. What we have, once we get it, we want more and more. And usually it's complicated to somehow restrict it or control it. According to British psychologist David Nuttall, he says that to be happy is biologically programmed on us, and usually we usually tend to pursue it, not to be happy. Once we achieve something or once we get what we want, we are happy for a definite period of time. After that, this feeling starts doing its job. So it means that we can't have, for example, one thing, happiness forever. It always changes. When I was a schoolboy, I really wanted to have a bike. Due to some family reasons, parents couldn't afford to buy it. But I really wanted, because all my friends, all my neighbors used to have one. Then I didn't have money because I was a schoolboy, I didn't work anyway. I started collecting parts of bicycle from my neighbors, from my friends. I went to the market and bought used parts as well. And in 3 months, I collected the whole bike, but there was one big point, it didn't have brakes. But it didn't stop me. I was so happy that I finally had my own bike, and we had different competitions in the street and so on. I had some unpleasant incidents even, and I went to the hospital, but still I was very happy because I did it, I got it, and I had a bike. Later on, I entered university on full merit-based scholarship. Then recently, I had a chance to have an internship in Germany, and at that time I was happy, and I am still happy, but it lasts for a definite period of time. Then we want more and more, and while I was reading, I was searching the internet, I found out a story, and I would like to share with you. I think every person who is sitting here will get something for himself or herself. So a story like this: there was a wealthy family, and the father took his son, in order to teach him, to the village to show the people who are living in poor conditions. They stayed 1 week there, and while coming back, the father asked his son, "Do you like living in the village, in a poor family, let's say?" He said, "Yes, I did." And he asked, "Could you please tell me in detail what exactly did you like?" And he started telling me, "Look, we have one dog, they have 4. We have a small pool, they have the whole river. We have lanterns, they have lots of stars. We have patio to have a rest, to see, they have the whole horizon. We have a small piece of land to play, but they have endless of fields. We buy food, they grow it. And we have high fences to protect ourselves. They don't have high fences, but they have truly good friends to protect them." And the father was really shocked. He couldn't say anything. What I want to say from this story, that usually what we have we don't appreciate in many cases, and we want more and more and more. From one side it's good. It is, in my opinion, some sort of greediness. If you don't have this feeling, we usually don't achieve a lot of things. It should be in ourselves, but we should somehow control it. And to sum up, I would like to say just mini story again. There was a man, aged 25, not married, just he was searching the happiness and so on, and he visited a wise man. And he asked 3 questions. The first question was, what should I have, or what should I do in order to be happy 1 week? He said, have money. The second question was, what should I do, or what should I have in order to be happy for 1 month? He said, get married. The last question was, what should I do, or to have in order to be happy for a long time, let's say forever? He said, be healthy. So in my opinion, after searching all this stuff, I concluded that the most important thing in our life, not material things, but health. If we are healthy, we want something, we can do something, and we can achieve a lot of things. And one thing very interesting I found on the internet, squirrels, you know squirrels, sort of animals, they every year plant millions of trees by just forgetting the acorns. They hide it on the land and they forget it. And as a result, a lot of trees grow every year. So what I want to say, we should follow the thing, we shouldn't expect, we should do something and don't expect something from that. For example, I helped that person and I shouldn't wait or expect something from that person. It will, anyway, success and luck will certainly find the person who enables other people's dreams and helps to realize their goals. Thank you very much, and I wish you good night and be healthy all the time.
I would like to call Anya to evaluate Greg's speech.
The evaluation is an important part of Toastmasters meeting,
And the key to any evaluation is to be objective, constructive, and etc., etc. I have to admit the challenge that I have for Greg's speech because I know him personally quite well throughout our work in the Toastmasters Club and because of the expectation of this speech. So I'm very overwhelmed by what he had to deliver today, and that was an amazing speech. Staying objective, because there's a lot. This is probably one of the most effective and brilliant speeches that I've heard in this club, and I'm objective here because from the beginning till the end, it had captivated my attention from the introduction of, there's just one fear that I have aside of public speaking, and that is, and you go on and you want to, okay, what's the fear? What could he possibly be afraid of? And skydiving, not many people probably can relate to that, or maybe all of us can relate to the fear of that. I have a question for later. How did you do that? Oh my God. So the speech was not just captivating, not just exciting, not just walking us through the whole process of, I could imagine his white knuckles and, the instructor kissing him on the cheek and then the hypnotic trance, or did that go the other way around? So anyway, so one thing after the other, you walked us through the whole thing, and you've managed to stay humorous throughout that. And I think, how well did we get to know you? We got to know you. For those of us here who don't know you well, they now know that you're humble, first of all, because I really liked how you said, I didn't get into the commando school or whatever certification, but there's a lesson I've learned. So thank you for walking us through that lesson learning journey and kind of intertwining it with skydiving and Toastmasters Club. And also peer pressure. That's, we're all, a lot of us still are under, a lot of times still under that aspect in our life, which helps us. Peer pressure might be positive, peer pressure might be negative. In this case, I think you kind of knew that this pressure is helping you to do what you would otherwise kind of thought, I'll do it another day. You spoke, clearly, audibly, and of course, as I always note, it's hard to evaluate the speech of a native speaker because, it's all there. You can understand, even through your Australian accent. Sorry, I have to note that, but it's always, very easy to understand the messages. It's always coming across very well. So a few suggestions might be just, I know that this has been a very emotional speech for you, and I expected you to use the notes all the time. So I commend you on just occasionally glimpsing at that, at the structure of your speech, but I think as time will pass by and we'll all progress and there'll be no use of notes at all. And for the conclusion, I think there was a bit of a pressure from our timer, just like it is right now. And there was a lot of red sign hanging there that you kind of kept looking there. I think was that great speech. You can just go on and on. I think the conclusion was affected by it a little bit. Maybe, you might admit it yourself or not, but it seemed like you had a conclusion prepared on the same high notes as the whole speech was running. I just felt that kind of hindered it a little bit. But an amazing use of gestures. I think that's in that's project actually. So in your ice-breaking speech, you covered at least 5 projects all along. So thank you very much for that.
To evaluate the first speech, I would like to invite Katerina.
Thank you for bestowing your kindness on me. I think I'm still in Dina's moment that she was supposed to evaluate the result. But anyways, thank you again for letting me do this. First of all, I should say that I really love the subject happiness. As you touched us from the very first moment you started with a question, which was good. The answer was, you knew that everybody would be touched and would say yes or sure. And you had a clear opening, which is good. I am evaluating your speech structure also. It was well organized. You went smoothly from story to story. You started as a childhood, you did it in chronological order. You gave us some personal examples, which was good. And now we know that you're fast and furious and riding a bike. You don't need brakes, no limits. Also, you said about your university scholarship and internship that you recently got in Germany. So the thing that I liked mostly about your speech, the way you used props. So this is the first time I see, and I like that you drew these connections. One dog, four, pool, and river. Just with this, it's easier to imagine. When you see this, and when you give examples, and when you use these props, this was very useful. This is actually what I like the most in your speech. Because I was engaged. I was with you. I was following you when you used this. So you drew connections very effectively. Also, you used some. So the second thing I paid my attention to was your speech techniques. The way you changed your voice, used your gestures. They were not small, they were large, and different. And you also helped us with your gestures to understand. If we talk of areas for improvement, I would say that I was missing some juicy details. Maybe that's because of the kiss on the cheek in Greg's speech. You gave us some good examples. I like that one about the bicycle. But when you mentioned other things like internship and your scholarship, it would have been better had you used more examples and juicy details. I think that's all. I really enjoyed your speech, a good topic, and you did it well. And this is the thing I like the most.
I give those pink small papers, so you may vote for best evaluator. Let's do it through another 10-15 seconds.
What are you voting for?
For evaluators. And I give another yellow papers to vote for speakers. May I for evaluate? The second part of our meeting is table topic master. We have for today Julian, I'm sorry, Teresha. With table topic is Fyodor Dostoevsky and his literature. And please use word of the day, which is advantages. It's really hard word. Advantage. Don't forget to write our speakers. So we will vote for best table topic speaker as well. And I would like to explain also impromptu speeches is when table topic masters giving a short introduction and then asking the questions, and she may pick anyone from the hall, and everybody will be welcome to come here and answer the questions. Limit time is 2 minutes.
Okay, so again everybody, and today, as my favorite writer, I chose Fyodor Dostoevsky. I chose him because of his deep literature, and he was a Russian novelist, short story writer, essayist, and philosopher. He began his writing when he was 20 years old, and his first book, Full Walk, was published when he was 25 years old, and then another his famous books are Crime and Punishment, The Idiot, and The Brothers Karamazov. And let's start first with Crime and Punishment. This book is focused on mental anguish and moral dilemmas of Rodion Raskolnikov, and it empowers ex-student of Petersburg, and who formulates and executes a plan to kill an power broker for her cash, and he would like to perform a good deed to counterbalance the crime, taking her money. So the first statement is we sometimes encounter people, even perfect strangers, who begin to interest us at first sight. Somehow, suddenly, all at once, before a word has been spoken. Is it true? Why does it happen?
Can we bounce?
Dostoevsky style.
Can I volunteer? Thanks. I have advantages to stand here and tell my opinion about Dostoevsky's statement. I think it is true because when you don't speak to the person, you're not disappointed yet. So so you like him just looking at him. But of course, at the same time, you cannot like the person before speaking to him, and you may like after interacting with him. Well, I think that's all there is to say.
sometimes it just happens that, I don't know why, but sometimes you just click with people. When you meet someone, you meet them for the first time, you haven't spoken a word with them, but I don't know, it's some kind of chemistry that you meet these people and you want to know them, to get to know them. And I think every person is interesting, and you should just give you a chance and this person just a chance to get to know them better. And sometimes some people, they are closed, they are not open to other people. You need to give them time. You need to know how to address them. I think that every person is interesting and has something maybe deep inside them that they will not show and reveal to other people. But if you take your time and energy and just want to show that you are interested in this person will be open and you can be maybe your best friend. Just give people time and believe that every person is interesting and ready to know.
The next statement is pain and suffering are always inevitable for a large intelligence and deep heart. The really great man must, I think, have a great sadness on earth. Do you agree with this statement? Yes, please.
So, suffering. I'm suffering when I'm thinking about suffering. It sucks. And it hurts. But really, I agree with this statement because I think that men should suffer. They suffer when they came to this world, they suffer. And I think they suffer when their life comes to an end, they also will suffer. I hope that I will not suffer at the end of my life, but who knows. So, and yeah, I think the most important that we need to suffer, and the capacity to suffer. We evaluate a person by his capacity to suffer things. You know? The greater person is, the much pain he can suffer, the much pain he can overcome, the much pain. The lower persons, or I don't know, the stupid persons or bad persons, they don't suffer. They do not suffer. They just try to do their best not to suffer. I think it's not good. It's not good. We need to suffer.
Large intelligence means smart people.
Smart. Too smart. We are too smart.
No.
I'm not interested in this.
I don't agree with this statement. We not have balance. So look, pain and suffering are always inevitable for large, smart people with a deep heart, right? I don't think so, because we have, for example, stupid people. If we classify stupid people, let's say clever, then I think comes smart and wise people. So in this order, I consider these steps. So there is such kind of sentence. I read it on the internet. Intellectuals solve the problem. Genius prevent them. So I think genius, like very smart people, with large intelligence, and when you become wise person, I think you don't react to any kind of situation or problem reactively. Rather, you will approach this problem proactively. It means you will analyze, not like making a reaction right now. You have to understand what's going on, what was the reason behind it, what was the motivation behind it. Then make a conclusion. Usually, all people, grandfathers and grandmothers, follow this idea. They don't, let's say, punish or beat us right now. They say, sit down, what happened with you? When it comes to my father or mother, they reactively face this approach this problem. That's why I think it's not true. When you become more intelligent, smarter, sadness, problems, sufferings will seem to you not such a big problem, because you have had already this sort of things, and this is not a new thing for you. Thank you for your attention.
I just want to say that I don't agree with the large intelligence definition. I think it's more about awareness, because the more people are aware about the world or the world affairs or even their neighbors' affairs, the more they care about them and the more they want to do something for them. And so to me, I think pain and suffering is inevitable for people who are aware of things, or they want to be aware. Some people don't want to know or don't care. And that's the result is they are not suffering, or they just take it as it is. But if someone is aware and he cares, which means he's got a deep heart, he will be suffering, and as a result, hopefully, if he's proactive, he would do something to help. So to me, it's people who are aware and who care are the ones who are suffering. Anyone else?
Okay, the next book is The Idiot. This book is about the 20-year-old prince Lev Nikolaevich Myshkin, who returns back to Russia and finds himself struggling between a beautiful kept woman and a pretty young girl. And the first statement from this book is, grown-up people do not know that a child can give exceedingly good advice even in the most difficult case. Do you agree with this statement?
Second.
Yes, please.
Yeah, I agree with this statement. Sorry. I should share the pen. Yes, I agree with this statement because we have like Russian idiom, yes, that from the mouth of the child, the kid, there's a like wisdom, yes. And really, I have like few nephews, yes, and I like to speak with them. And sometime, and last week, she told my oldest one, nephew, told me, you read too much and not speak a lot, you know. And it was really because I see when you are reading, you are forgetting about everything. And another my nephew, she's like she's 2 years old, and she always telling that I like you or like you, and when you ask her why you like, without any reason, because you are Ilyas, you know, that's it. And a lot of things which I heard from the kids, it was really honest and true, because they have no any like filters, you know. We have a lot of thoughts, what I should say, we have read a lot of books, we saw a lot of movies, and they affect on us. But their brain is clear and it's open, and what they are feeling, they tell about it. But now we're grown people, we're not hearing our heart, we're thinking with our minds. And I think almost all problems is because we're thinking with our minds, not our hearts. Because our health is always telling us to do good. Because, you know, every child knows how to live good life. Be honest, like play, smile, and so on. But when we grow up, we forget about it. And I think because of kids know have like an effect of this world, and they're clear, and they're like angels. I think this statement is true.
Well, it's
story with such a great writer as Dostoevsky. And surely I would agree with the statement, but here we're speaking about the advice, not about big opening, so that's why I wanted to tell us some few words. There is one interesting story, probably you have also read it in the internet. The story says that one driver, long distance driver, you know, the ones who drive big trucks, was driving his truck, and actually he is a greatly experienced driver, but accidentally he didn't probably measure beforehand. There was a bridge, and so his truck was stuck in under that bridge, because the bridge was lower than he would expect that. And so when his truck stuck, there were a lot of people who tried to help him out his truck, and they tried to pull it with another big truck, and they really tried so many things, but nothing worked. And there was just one little kid passing by in the other car who accidentally said, "Well, maybe you just try to flat the tires." So that was truly exceedingly good advice, which was said by a kid, and that's a great example to this statement. Thank you.
Anyone else who can present? Okay, if not, I see that I would like to invite Joanne to present about this. Yes.
I wish I volunteered for one of the earlier questions. What's interesting when I'm looking at the questions is the words that are not included in the sentence. So, for example, grown-up people do not know that a child can give exceedingly good advice. Just take the first bit of it. In my mind, it's difficult to answer because the word that's not mentioned is all grown-up people. And in a way, that's kind of a silently said. And then you're trying to decide, do all grown-up people feel this? Well, for me, it depends. I think some grown-up people are fantastically open-minded and will take advice from wherever it comes. But then there are other people who can be very narrow-minded and will only take advice from somebody who's got a master's degree in the subject. So, and then there's the other part of the statement, that a child can give exceedingly good advice even in the most difficult case. And somewhere it's not mentioned always. That a child always gives good advice? No, a child does not give always good advice. A child sometimes gets lucky with saying something, just as a beginner does. I mean, I was watching some of the evaluations earlier, and I was thinking about one of the comments, I think it was that you made, and you were saying about the personal touch. That Greg had mentioned a kiss, and you said, "Oh, I'd like the personal touch," and maybe Begside could have done that. And I thought, oh, what a genius comment to make. And I'm not sure how experienced you are in evaluations, but sometimes the new person can shed new light on a subject, just as a child can. But I'm not sure I believe all children can, always, and that all adults will accept that or not accept it. So I think in terms of agreeing with the statement, I think there's little bits missed out. And maybe if we put those extra little words in, it would be easier to answer.
I'm still getting over Elias saying that his nephew said that he never said anything and that he's always quiet. That was so remarkable. I think all grown-up people know that children can give good advice. I think that's pretty obvious, I think. But the question is whether they want to take that advice and heed that advice, and whether they want to ask for that advice, because children are brutally honest, and children are innocent, and they say whatever they think needs to be said. They don't care about feelings or anything like that. So people basically won't ask for that a lot of the time. They would prefer to be surrounded by people where they know what maybe the answer's going to be. Like a wife would ask her husband, you know, does my bum look big in these jeans? I mean, she doesn't want the necessarily the honest truth. She wants to hear, you know, what the husband's going to say, and that's no dear, you look fantastic. And, the child is not necessarily going to say that. So, and another example is a boss, for example, in this world. Maybe the boss has surrounded himself with his managers who are, as we say, yes men. And he'll ask them something, and he'll know what they're going to say, because they're all going to agree with him and say, yes, boss, I agree with you, like this. And that's the trouble with the world, where, not the trouble, but that's the trouble here, is that adults are too conflicted in a lot of cases, so they can't objectively say what maybe they want to say. They have to consider what the other person wants to hear, or they have to consider other issues. So, yeah, if you want good advice, I think you should ask your kids.
The next statement is, beauty will save the world. Do you agree with the statement?
Why is it?
Save
What is it? Please, somebody. Describe it.
So,
Too humble.
Ruslan.
Difficult statement to give a feedback from this, but I think that not the beauty will save the world, but the absence of nuclear weapons and bombs will save the world for sure. Or again, not the beauty, but the absence of wars. So maybe I believe that beauty sometimes help us to, for example, give the first impression, even when you don't speak to the person, but you see him and you understand that you believe that he's okay. Beauty will not save the world.
Okay. Who would like to? Is that Katya? Yes, please.
I agree with this statement, because you can find beauty in many things. For example, as some of you may know, I'm Zumba addicted, and when you go out of the office, you can be out of energy, you can be just frustrated sometimes, but when you come and see all these beautiful ladies dancing, and when you hear your favorite song coming on, you just can find beauty and enjoyment in many things. And the songs can be healing. You are not in a good mood, but then you hear your favorite song, and suddenly everything becomes beautiful to you. And when you feel beautiful, other people, they are attracted to you, and they feel the beauty within you, the beauty in you, and their behavior also changes. Definitely beauty will save the world. And when you look at beautiful people, when you see beautiful things, you're just full of energy, full of passion. You just
You're saving the world.
yes, you're saving the world. That's what we do everywhere. That's what everyone does.
That's what I'm saying.
I actually used to think that beauty will destroy the world because people wanting beautiful houses, beautiful cars, beautiful jewelry, beautiful dresses, sometimes do ugly things in order to get more money, to buy all this beautiful life, and sometimes losing their values. And I thought that maybe beauty will actually do the opposite. But then, later on, I realized that beauty inspires also, on the other hand. So it can be positive and it can be negative. So when I looked at it from the other angle, and how beauty can inspire me to do things, to learn, or to get the car, then I realized that beauty does save the world in its own way. So I agree.
Yeah, I think. I thought that only one I can talk about it. I think we oh, sorry. I think we didn't understand the beauty will save the world. It's not, I think, from my point of view, beauty is not about car, about like dancing. I think beauty is about the soul, you know, about the beauty of action. And when your soul is beautiful, you are doing try the best, you know. Maybe you're in science fair or in education and so on. If you have a beautiful soul, like everything will be beautiful. Like Marta is not beautiful, but create something big and enormous, like building, very beautiful and very useful. It's a beauty. And beauty of action, for example, about this boy, about the guy who helped to someone, this beautiful action, you know. And I think he meant this beauty, not beauty of the face. How face or dancing can help to save the world? No. I think it's not about this beauty. Beauty is about like some a material, something beautiful relationship, you know. Very beautiful relation when you are live all your life with one woman and die in one day. It's beautiful. Or you are working and in your professional and all your like personal, all your stuff, like and respect you. This is beautiful. Or like you are fighting with someone for the girl. It's also beautiful. I think beauty of the action, beauty of the soul. I think beauty will save the world.
Okay, I think it's enough for today. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Very good questions and very good performance. Thank you very much to you again. Please vote for the best speaker. The names of speakers you may see on the board. Can you see? Can you see? I think the statement was very advantageous.
No. No, just one.
Three.
No, leave it.
Well, we have Ilyas who answered for 6 and for 13 and Katya. Katya answered for 2nd and for 11th question. And we have for this as well. Now we come to the part for general graduates. I would like to ask our counter. Please report.
Thank you. I want to start my short report from Milana. Milana did great job and she had only 3 R's. It's a very good result. And then Greg have at his speech, icebreaking speech, they have no any R's or pause fillers at all. But when he make a table topics session, impromptu speech, he made like seven pause fillers. Like Bigzot made in his speech 26 pause fillers. It's like but then he came back and made impromptu speech. He made only 1 R. It was,
That was the limit.
yes. And the winner of the pause fillers, who made it more than anyone, it was Alia. He made like 10 M's and 30 R. Almost, yes. Almost every word, every sentence, she had R. Yes. Ekaterina made 11 R's at first, his impromptu speech, and 15 at the second. And adult is 25, 26. Jeren made 15 R's, it's not too much. Dina made 3M. Andrei made like 3R. It is very good result. And Yadikar made like 15R. And Ada made like less than 5. I didn't notice it. And I wanted to give like small tip. Like if you notice, Greg's speech was very intensive. Like you are waiting what he will say next. And it is because he didn't use at all R. When we use R, we just eat this pause. And we didn't feel the power of the silence. And I encourage you to, if you don't know what to say, just keep silent.
function as a grammarian was more successful than the previous one, as the word of the day was used twice by Dina and by Milana. Thank you. So it is difficult to incorporate the words of the day into prepared speeches, but for the next meetings I would like to encourage you to try do that anyway. As this word comes in the very beginning of the meeting, you still have some time to think how to use it. Well, and as it comes to the second function of my function, I had a great pleasure to, as a grammarian, and I suppose it's the first time like this today, because our speakers, almost all our speakers are so well developed and advanced in English, and I didn't have to, put my ears very attentively to what people were saying. I was just listening and enjoying to the general ideas. So to all four speakers, 2 speakers and 2 evaluators, I would just generally recommend to work with pronunciation. This is the area of language which we always leave behind especially if English is not your first language. So we try to study grammar and vocabulary, but not pronunciation. So there were a lot of problems with pronunciation of such words. For example, as just a couple of them, I'll give you examples. What was that? Philosopher instead of philosopher, I suppose. And hearts instead of hearts. And some others. And the winner is Ilyas. I can give you my personal details here later on. Just a couple more mistakes which we tend to have. It's the confusion of another and other. So there were another books instead of other books, because we were speaking about Dostoevsky, so the books were not totally different, yes, so not another ones. And the missing S at the end of verbs, you know that, like this book focus on something. So this my general comments on today's meeting. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Yadigar, for reporting us. Speakers don't say thank you because auditorium thanks speakers when they come in. And we would like to hear report of timer.
First, I would like to say thank you to Mama to invite me today, and I'm very excited. So, before I was very shy and just afraid to come here and something like this. So, thank you. It's short report. So for speakers, Craig here and Bigzot Hakimov have a very good time limit. So only Craig have 30 seconds more, because limit is 5 minutes, so it's only 30 seconds. Bigzot, very nice, 6 and 20. If the limit is 7 minutes. So, as for evaluators, Arya, very good evaluation, but not in time, so it's 2 minutes more. What? You just want to say just a lot of good things, and so 2 minutes more. And Ekaterina, it's good, it's in limit, so. And for table topics, everyone, it's very good. It's in limit. Only Elias, it's 2 and 12 seconds only. 12 seconds. So, that's all. Thank you.
The speaker for today was Greg, and the evaluator was Ekaterina. The topic speaker was Gulnara, and identify what question, 5th or 12th, because sometimes it was written 5th and sometimes it was written 12th. You answered for 2 questions.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we don't know for what one you're better.
I don't mind.
We may assign roles for the next meeting, which will be in 2 weeks. Who would like to be speaker?
Let's clarify, not in 3 weeks, because in 2 weeks it will be the 2nd of January. We have holiday, 9th of January.
In 3 weeks, yes.
2015.
Okay, I will be speaker.
You will be speaker?
Yes.
Yes. First speaker will be Ilyas. We have one speaker is Jean Sirik. And Yadika. Yazat? Who wants to be evaluated? Any volunteers to be evaluated? I would like to be evaluated. certainly, Dino, will you be able
I would actually love to lead table topic session if that's possible.
one more evaluator? Judy? To grammarian? Yes. Who would like to be grammarian? Sorry. Well, we may leave some roles vacant and then open, and then we will send email distribution and find a person who would like to be grammarian. We brought some cookies, tea, and coffee to celebrate maybe Day of Independence and Happy New Year, and also the first day that we know that we are official club now.